Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
You want to know how to know when I mean business?
When you mean business?
Yeah.
Oh. That's fair. Okay.
Serious mode.
That's not that much more dramatic than like moving your tassel to the other side at graduation.
What the hell is this?
This is a whiskey that's a gift from the Trash Titans, Shane and Kat Rajnay Shane Jeffcoat.
Daniel, do you smell that?
Yeah.
See, you too, if you keep being very generous, you too can be made fun of on the internet.
Yeah. You don't have to donate anything to be made fun of on the internet.
Yeah.
So this is trippy. This is Indianola Distilling Company.
Yes.
It's called Ivy Mountain.
Okay.
There's a weird story where two dudes.
Where are they from?
Well,
I don't know what Indianola is.
yeah. So,
Indiana?
well, so look, it's sort of Georgia,
Okay.
right? But what happened is two dudes in Georgia made moonshine illegally for ages, and then they got arrested. One of the brothers beat the case, and the other brother did not beat the case.
Did they have different lawyers?
But I don't know. I think one turned on the other.
Oh, no.
No. I don't know that to be true. Anyway, so and this is all according to, I looked all over, and the best information came from Taylor on Malt Review.
Swift?
Yeah, Taylor Swift wrote a malt review. T Swift, great malt review.
She's a hardcore closet whiskey nerd.
All about the Ivy. Anyway, so he gave it up for a while. He's like, I don't want to risk that shit anymore.
Okay.
So later he was like, you know what? I want to do it again. So he got his daughter to get him legal and get all the licenses, and he started making stuff again. But
50%.
then he got sick, and so he's like, I quit, and he canceled. And he sold everything to a distillery called Indianola Distillery in Houston, Texas.
Not Indianapolis.
Indianola. Yeah, Indianola.
Indianola.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this mash bill is barely even whiskey if it really is. Heirloom hickory cane, white dent corn, rye, and malted barley, but it's a corn whiskey in theory, and it's copper pot still, finished in brandy.
In a peach brandy barrel.
Brandy.
Appellation corn whiskey.
Yeah.
So what is the criteria for corn whiskey?
80% corn, used oak.
You can use used oak.
Yeah.
So is it 80%?
Have to be used or uncharred
So
oak.
is it at least 80% corn?
In theory.
Okay.
Now they said heirloom hickory cane. I don't know if that's a grain there's a corn called hickory cane.
Yeah.
But if it's actual cane, like cane sugar, it's not whiskey. It's more like rum.
Hickory cane.
Yeah, I almost want to Google it, but
Well, let me put it this way. It could be corn whiskey, though. If it was trying to be a bourbon, it would be a distilled spirit specialty anyways. And really kind of doesn't make any difference. Anyways, let's just do
But it smells more like brandy than any whiskey I've ever smelled.
That flavor's good.
All I know about brandy, I've been taught by the licorices.
You know what? I didn't get that peach note until I read peach. And now I was like, oh, holy hell.
It's very strong.
Yeah, there's that peach, canned peach in the simple syrup. You open up the can, you got that flush of sweet, peachy goodness. I'm sure those things are so unhealthy, but as a kid, you can convince yourself it's healthy because it's totally fruit. Definitely peaches in there now. Wow.
Like a dark, what do you call it when it's sauteed? It's poached. Is it poached peach? Poached pear? Like when it's pan-seared?
You cook it up. You blacken the edges. You crisp up the edges a little bit. And then there's a dark honey, astringent tea, and oak.
Whoa!
I say peaches on the nose, dark honey, astringent tea, oak under all that.
That tastes exactly like it smells.
Okay.
But sweeter.
I'm not hating the smell.
No, but that threw me. This is dessert. This is more brandy than it is whiskey.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Ooh.
In every way, but it's cloyingly sweet about halfway through.
Also, there's a big, giant pipeline of sweetness. Underneath that is a heavy, thick floor of like the barrel bitterness.
Yeah.
Throughout.
Yep.
So sometimes it's, well, more often than not, it's one or the other. It's either dominantly sweet or dominantly like tannin and barrel bitterness. This is very sweet and very bitter from that barrel. And it finishes, wow, it finishes more bitter, but still that sweet just clings.
6-year-old corn whiskey put into a brandy barrel.
Wow, I wonder.
It must have been freshly dumped.
Would they
brandy
be able to
barrel.
call it corn whiskey at all if it didn't have that 80% corn requirement?
But we also know people who had rye on the label who were not making real rye whiskey.
It's hit or miss, just depends on who you get at the TTB.
Yeah.
They're doing their best. They got
Well, it's also, the TTB is going with what they were told.
right.
Yeah.
So they're not.
So they're assuming that it's right.
They're not chemically analyzing what's in the barrel and making
Right.
sure it's in line with what you said.
This is too sweet for me. But if you like brandy, I could imagine that this would be really beautiful to you and a really soft, sweet accent.
You know what, man?
A little ice.
Gosh, it's every time.
You get turned off.
Every time.
Wait, it's on though.
There's no ice. There's no ice. Anyway,
Oh, did you turn it on when you were leaving?
I did not do anything other than lift it, and then it realized, oh,
I'm supposed to
I
be
had a
doing
job
something.
to do.
We turned it on yesterday on purpose.
Okay. This is the kind of pour that, as a neat thing, it's too over the top sweet and too over the top bitter.
Yeah.
You throw some ice in there.
Maybe it could work.
Yeah. And it's the kind of thing where, hell, if you want to make a cocktail around it, this would stand up to several layers of ingredients.
Oh yeah.
Without getting buried.
It'd be very rich.
Do I like it though?
I don't, but it's not like bad. It's just
Not
that,
your speed.
No, it took it into a category of spirits that I don't prefer.
Yeah, I would agree that we are pretty far outside the bounds of what you expect a whiskey to be.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you don't have a lot of corn whiskeys that are finished in interesting, weird things coming across this barrel.
And I gotta tell you, I think they did a good job on every level of this is the perfect bottle for what this tastes like.
Yeah.
And the label looks perfect.
Yeah.
For, like, this is just a well done product. I just don't prefer the flavor
wish I
profile.
could try that on ice.
That'd be nice.
Alex Peachy. Hey, what a coincidence. Because it says peach brandy. Do you ever just stand there staring at all the bottles, not even sure where to begin?
Yeah.
And deciding what dram to pour for the evening?
All the time.
Maybe having so many bottles isn't as good idea as it seemed. Wait a minute, that's just ridiculous. But maybe I should use some dice or something.
Yeah. So this happens to me all the time. At my
Overchoice
house.
is a thing, yeah.
Or in the vault, when someone says, hey, let's get something, and I walk in and I'm like, well, where do I, what should we, I don't know. Anyone want Lafroig? It's real. Indecision City is real.
Yeah, it's actually, gosh, it's well off topic. But a lot of restaurant advice
Is limit the menu.
Yeah, somebody will come in and the restaurateur is trying so hard. They want to have all this variety, very impressive selection. And then somebody that knows how to make some damn money in the industry says, cut this by like 2/3 at least.
Yeah.
Because-
Fit it on one page.
Yeah. There's a restaurant that I like. It's down the street, Eurasia. But my God, the menu on that place.
Oh, it's overwhelming. They've
Yeah.
got 4 categories of food.
Yeah. They have Indonesian,
one menu.
Indonesian, Japanese. I think they have some Thai. They
Yep.
have some Chinese.
And then they have just some generic sort of American-esque kind of
some
things.
Euro type of inspired stuff. It's all over the map.
It's like an 8-page menu in small print.
Yeah, and I just get the same 2 things every time.
Yeah, because, yeah.
All right, we have the Big Monkey 77. Usually only add water to cask strength. I usually only add water to cask strength whiskey. When I do, I use a scale and add enough water to bring the ABV down to 50% to start and adjust from there. All right? So is using a scale to nail the proof when I add water weird? Do any of you all measure out water to do this? If you don't, how do you stop from adding too much? Also, do you even add water?
I do, and I can simplify your math for you. So Chuck Cowdery created a little formula that he put out onto the internet for exact proofing of things, and I simplified it for the purposes of using it on a phone calculator. And my simplified version of Chuck's is bottle proof divided by desired proof times the amount of whiskey minus the amount of whiskey.
Okay.
And that will give you the exact amount of water you need to proof something down. So if I wanted to proof this to 40, what's it at right now?
I think it's 50. It's 50%, 100 proof.
And you can use, the beauty of this is you can use, as long as you stick to the same increments, you can use proof or alcohol percentage, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna use proof. So I'm gonna say it's, bottle proof is 100, divided by desired proof, I want it to be 80, times, I've got 1 ounce of whiskey, so I'm gonna say 30 milliliters minus 30 milliliters, and that means 7.5 milliliters is how much water I need to add to 30 milliliters to get the water down to 40. So bottle proof divided by desired proof times the amount of whiskey minus the amount of whiskey on your phone.
Why do you hate
Just
me?
do it on that. Because I use that formula
It's an aggressive act.
every single day.
Subjected me
It's
to.
so helpful.
I have no doubt it's very practical. The utility of that is unquestioned.
Oh yeah.
My ability to pay attention.
Oh, you didn't have to pay attention. That was your choice.
Oh.
You could have checked out. I would have let you know when to come back.
Because I was definitely not checked out that whole time. I was in it.
Yeah.
Up to my elbows.
In it to win it.
In the maths.
That's what they say. That's what the kids say
That's
these days.
what happens.
That's it.
That's
that
all
was
the
second
things.
comment.
That's all the things. You know what? I live with this for a little bit. I'm telling you. I'm leaning towards, at least in a neat pour, not for me.
Not for me.
Because the flavor, think dried peach potpourri.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yeah, mixed with almost like a peach fruit roll-up.
Yeah. It's a dried peach potpourri. Here's dividing, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, a fight for a friend.
Steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.